We are live shortly thereafter. Attitude Era podcast. Y'all see what it is. SmackDown just ended. And you see the guys in the building. You know what I'm saying? To my left or my right, depending on how you're looking. We got your favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster, Gamaj. If you think your favorite wrestler is famous and he ain't got a picture with Gamaj, they ain't as famous as you think he is. I'm just letting you know. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna leave that AKA for the end.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as y'all know what it is. The undisputed podcast champion of the world. I am he. He is I, and I am him. Slightly slim, tilted grin. Y'all know what it is. King HP. And we got some things to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow is the Royal Rumble. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So do not mess this up because I'm excited. For the first time in a little while. I'm excited. I really don't think they're going to mess the Rumble up too bad as far as the totality of it because there's so many things they could do. And if they do any of them and they get any of that stuff off, it's a great Rumble. Men's, women's, the championship match, AJ's final match, 4 things going on tomorrow. But they all have major implications. But how you feeling about tonight's SmackDown? Gamaj.
It was okay. I just felt like with all the Royal Rumble talk, it left us with not that many matches to care for.
I feel you on that. I think they want to take it, because the Royal Rumble is difficult, man. You got a lot of superstars. Today's not the day for someone to get hurt. Although I wonder about that because I'm like, man, some people have full-blown matches. Carmelo Hayes, Ilya Dragunov, like some people have full-blown Miz, you know what I'm saying? Ray Phoenix. But again, I think it's harder if one of your big wigs get hurt, right? If you're main eventers, high-level mid-cards. I don't like saying mid-cards and assuming that everyone's there. Like, everyone else is not the main event, it's just in the mid-card. No. There's people below that. Let's not give everybody a participation trophy, okay? Yeah, I do think they don't want to risk the injuries. But tonight we had an 8-man tag. A lot of aura farming tonight. A lot of commercials. Now, maybe you already watched SmackDown as far as highlights. It was in Riyadh. It came on earlier, essentially, right? It wasn't played in the United States till its normal time. Gamaj, what you think about the set? What you think about the ambiance?
I'm not gonna lie, I like this. What is it, a stadium? But I liked how everything was set up. Like, I think Royal Rumble tomorrow, it's gonna look amazing.
Yeah, they gotta fill that arena though.
Yeah, I did notice some empty seats.
It's a lot of empty seats. Now,
some empty seats.
It could be because they're back-to-back nights with a way less. Like, I think a back-to-back Mania, back-to-back SummerSlam could fill out the arena. If you tell me we got SmackDown the next night, I'm like, and I gotta buy tickets. I'm like, I'm not buying SmackDown tickets. Why? Because they're gonna be reserved. They're not gonna be balls to the wall, part of my French, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get it done and then the next night go crazy. No, it's not gonna happen. So because if it looks tomorrow like it did tonight, that's gonna look bad on camera. Like, there's parts you see where Cody's talking and you can't miss it, but we'll see how it looks tomorrow. They look that set, yes, Mike, Vinny, that set is insane. That is definitely a WrestleMania feel.
Vinny, that was 3 to 4 weeks of overtime they put on them co-workers to do that.
They remarkable job, and we made jokes about the OSHA regulations and whatever. Well, tonight was really a run through. And also too, they may not have sold to capacity tonight either on purpose. Like, hey, we're only going to put out 10,000 tickets. You know what I'm saying? That's just what we're going to do. But tomorrow night, oh, how much we fit? 80? Oh, we all 80. Matter of fact, put 85,000 up for sale. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that works. But yeah, they build that thing in basically a month, 3 weeks. I mean, January 5th, which is a dirt lot. And it looks magnificent. It looks basic and it very advanced in the same breath. You know what I'm saying? So salute to everyone in Saudi Arabia who built that stadium for WWE. It looked magnificent. Melissa Dollar, we see you in the chat. Hello, hi. 2240. We see you. I have some questions though. Cody comes out. He's doing his thing. He's talking early. Who was the next one that came out? Randy.
Randy was next.
Cody. How you feel about Cody getting booed? This is for you, brother. This is definitely a you question. Cody got booed tonight. Can you refresh my memory of what he was talking about when they started when they, you know what I'm saying, when they were letting out some boos? Because it was kind of hard for me I couldn't believe it. I was like, damn, I wonder if Gamaj is hearing this, because this is what Cody heard. Cody was like, and if I win a third straight,
I'm saying nobody wants to see him win a third time. Even I said I don't want to see him win a third time.
Oh, okay. Hey, in fairness. But he said not 2 straight or 3 straight, but 2, 3, a third time. Rare air up there, right? Stone Cold's the only one who's done it, but he got interrupted by another 2-time wonder, Randy Orton. I'll be honest. I think Randy has like 5% chance of winning the Rumble. Since Randy has come back, they have put Randy in the worst spots. They've put Randy in the best of the worst spots. 2-time King of the Ring runner-up. He's had several high-profile matches and championship matches, and he has not won. And I don't know what to say to that. I think they use him for his namesake and what he brings to the table, because he's gonna draw, he's gonna pop, he's gonna help you look like a star. He sells, he can make you look good. He's a great worker, and he immediately adds credibility to anyone he steps in the ring with. However, that doesn't bode well for Randy in the sense of, okay, well, where's my championship? And I think Randy's at an age now, he's not pushing to do it. Do you think there's a shot that Randy has higher than 5%? Am I tripping?
No, I think I'm with you on that. I know for a fact he's not winning it.
If he wins, what do you think the pop is going to be like?
Oh, it's going to be crazy. Saudi, they love him out there. A part of me feels like the only person who got as much, maybe a little more, was Sami Zayn.
Talking about tonight?
For tonight, yeah.
Yeah. I do think Sami might have got the pop of the night. I do think that might be true. But yeah, all in all, man, I do think Mike 7%. Nairo, I see you in the chat, good sir. I see you. I see you in the cat head. You know what I mean? I see you, good sir. Welcome aboard. After this, we get joined by Jey Uso, Mr. Run It Back. I have no slander for Jey Uso. All right. We've been watching Jey Uso on these clips get booed for saying the same thing about winning it back to back. People aren't really feeling that. I just wish they would let him do real promo. Or I don't know if it's them or him. I don't mind him. 4 letters, 1 word. Yeah. That's the bottom line, because Stone Cold said so type of ending, right? That's that. But I gotta get more out of him than the bouncy ball promo.
Yeah.
And he's barely, like, he talked very little in that engagement. very little, and was very we gonna run right. I have no slander for Jay Uso. I do want them to allow. I don't mind that being a catchphrase where he comes out and he starts to talk. And if they get like, you know what I'm saying? He's like, wait, hey, we could run it back or I could. And then they do that thing, the music. And then that's where you need somebody, the opponent or whatever, to say, if you don't cut that stupid. You remember how Stone Cold told Triple H, cut the music, cut the music, cut the music. If you
Cut
don't
the music
spit
on, cut the music on.
yeah, so that's up to the opponent to stop that. But I do think Jay Uso runs it back in the middle of the Rumble, Vinny. I'm be honest, he has to.
I was just gonna say that. It's gonna annoy me, but they're gonna do it.
They did it in the Elimination Chamber.
That's exactly why I think they're gonna do it. As a matter, you know what? I would not be surprised if he does it at the Rumble and someone like an Obafemi or a Brock Lesnar comes out to be like, "Oh, cut that shit off."
Yeah, it's someone very serious.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta watch. I ain't gotta watch you do that stupid ass yeet all over the crowd. Yeah, Mike. Now remember, I was just saying there's a level that's less than mid card. I don't want to demean Jay Uso. I think Jay Uso's in a good place in the tag team ranking. As a singles, he has the draw, he has the pull. But if they're going to treat him like this, we all know what's coming, where he won't win any big matches. He'll only be used for his marketability for losses. Put him in there against a big profile wrestler, the heels. He'll be the guy they use for heels to get over on. You know what I'm saying? Because Jay draws an empathetic. Come on, man, I gotta do it. Okay. You gonna get tsunami'd about 5 times. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get about 7 curb stomps. They're gonna put you off TV for a couple months. That's what they could do to him, because he does have that empathetic thing with the crowd. As much as you can talk bad about Jey Uso all day. Crowd's still gonna chant and cheer and go crazy when that music hits. It doesn't matter. Or am I bugging, Gamaj?
I was gonna say it kind of sounds like he's in a similar boat as Chelsea Green.
Bad spot to be in. But I think Chelsea Green has an advantage because she can talk in full sentences. Jey Uso, he just hasn't done it in a while. When he
only does it when he seems pissed off. If he's not really pissed off, he doesn't do it. So I don't think he's done it since Mania.
I can't remember a time where he has either. But and that's what I mean. Like, we need to have him go back to talking like a human. And he does his thing when he does his thing, and then he's like, that 4 letters, 1 word. That's a good way. That's a good one-liner ender. That's a good way to end your promos. Nothing wrong with it. Some people have startup bars like Cody Rhodes. What do you want to talk about, right? And some people have enders, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. So it's okay for Jay. Next, we get Sami Zayn to come out.
It's like I hear his pop, and it's like, man, I really feel bad that I'm supposed to believe you're gonna win, and I know you're not.
Sammy is cool for SummerSlam if you work your way up there. I think having him win the King of the Ring and stuff like that, then you have a shot. But you got to tell him, get in the gym, look a little bit more, not like he just... Because, again, when you're in there with the Drew McIntyre, it's like Cody is probably their most unkept champion that's fit, right? The way Jacob Fatu is built is like a wily, you know what I'm saying, brawler. It's fine. Drew looks like he's been chiseled out of stone, and he's going to kick your head off with the Claymore. There's Roman Reigns. CM Punk wrestles with a shirt on now, but CM Punk was a known world champion. Sami Zayn, I don't even think it's just physique though. I honestly, I just don't know what when you've spent your whole career. It's Razor Ramon. There's a certain point you don't expect Razor Ramon to pick. Like even tonight, he went to grab this and he didn't just grab it and lift it up and do your traditional like every superstar always. It's standard practice. Brock Lesnar yelled at Drew McIntyre one time for not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, pick the title up. There's always got to be the shot of the challenger holding the belt to see what they look like with it, to give the pop. It's just a thing you have to do. And he was like looking at it when it's like he wasn't allowed to touch it.
That's another reason why I don't think he's winning.
When he did touch it, Cody had to grab it with him. And Cody, you're not even in the match tomorrow. So it just let me like, y'all killing Sammy. And I don't care if you kill Sammy. Sammy should be a terrific lead mid-carder. He should be your new age Razor Ramon. He's going to go in the Hall of Fame. He's going to have tremendous. He should be on the break Gunther's streak. And then maybe you put him in that world title picture and he does it there. Or he does a transitional championship run like Jey Uso. Because when you start listening to them top stars, I don't see Sami Zayn's name. Like how Triple H talked about Chelsea Green. Who's she going to beat? That's how I feel about Sami Zayn. Who he going to beat? CM Punk? Roman Reigns? Cody? Drew? Who? Gunther? He beat Gunther for the IC belt, don't get me wrong, but people even felt the way about that. Like, come on, bro.
Yeah, that was bullshit, yeah.
Thank you. So it's bullshit. Like, even when I say Gunther's name, I know Sammy beat him for the IC belt, but when you talk about world title status, this man done retired Goldberg, retired John Cena, technically on both of those two. He may be retiring AJ Styles. I can't bring Sami Zayn's name back. Is he going to beat Randy Orton? Hey, and how many licks does it take to get to the center of somebody's brain before they realize, like, look, man, this guy ain't got it. And if he does got it, we're going to have to do more than just put the U.S. title on him for a couple of months and do a couple of open challenges. He's going to have to win the King of the Ring. Lead up to that King of the Ring, he's doing really good. Maybe he wins the Money in the Bank where he's the finalist for the Money in the Bank where he gets screwed and we all knew he was about to win and something happens where it doesn't allow him to win. He goes on, so he looks really strong. He goes into King of the Ring. He goes into SummerSlam. Boom. I can, if you want to talk about a good title run, a guy getting prepared, look at Shawn Michaels from 94 into 96. When you look at the 94 Royal Rumble where Lex and Brett both double win, Shawn's one of the last four in there. Nobody really gives a shit, but that stuff means something. The next year, 95, he wins from the number one slot. He goes to WrestleMania. He loses. They screw him over. They put him on the shelf for a little bit. He comes back as a babyface and tears it up. And that's something Sami Zayn can do. He can definitely kill with the matches. Yeah. But you got to keep him on TV. You can't. This new thing at WWE, the guy, where's Julia? Like, where? I don't know, man. I don't know. But Sami Zayn tomorrow, good luck. It'll be a phenomenal match. That's one thing I do expect. But no. Drew's got to hold that down. Until someone beats Drew that has a bigger name that can sell tickets. Sami Zayn ain't selling tickets outside of Saudi Arabia and maybe another country. Sorry. But he will keep your TV on, right? Because that, but he's not going to draw new viewership. It's not going to happen.
Like, I just feel like when in that sense, Sammy doesn't pass the eye test for that to attract new viewers. Like when you just look at him, I don't see it personally.
So this is going to be a little off topic, but it's about the Royal Rumble. Today, Roman Reigns was on the Pat McAfee show. I don't know if you all saw that. And he was talking essentially like this. Now, I think it was earlier in the week on Raw recap or last week on the SmackDown recap. We talked a little bit about a potential rumor with Roman Reigns where they were saying there was a power struggle. Triple H was trying to go with Cody. Roman Reigns was politicking to the higher ups at TKO, maybe The Rock or someone, who knows, right? But it's supposed to be Cody Roman 3. Some people at WWE wasn't feeling that, and to not have their hand forced, they put the title on Drew all of a sudden. This way, they couldn't make the Cody Roman 3. And it was the person's name is Triple H that they keep using, so we'll go ahead and use it. They say, and Triple H has said this a few times. So and so is bigger than the title. He doesn't need a title. Triple H is a liar in that regard. In that regard only. I'm not gonna I don't want to be super negative and stuff, because when he calls a good shot and it's a home run, no one cares. They applaud. But when you say people don't need a title, they're bigger than the title. Nothing makes a match bigger than when you add the title to it.
Yeah, you buried the concept and the purpose of a championship.
Yeah, like if you last year's WrestleMania triple threat, Seth, Roman, CM Punk. Tell me that match doesn't go bigger if the world title isn't on the line.
It does.
So we can't keep saying that they're bigger than this. I get what he means, but the WWE lost money back in the day when after WrestleMania 6 with Hogan and the Warrior. They've gone through this where your primary guy, you took the title off him to pass down the torch, and he didn't draw the numbers. They couldn't get the Warrior over. And it's a repeat, bro. You can look at every and this is what Roman said. Roman said, I gave y'all 2 years. I got out. Everybody was saying in the way. I got out the way for 2 years. How much more time you need? And I 100% agree with what he was saying. Talking about creativity, trying to make stars. 2 years. 2 years. I'm not saying it. You could. I am gonna say it. 2 years. You didn't make anything. Braun Breaker, maybe. That felt very forced. Where's Bronson Reed doing? I just think like this, and then he brings up the point. I got us to the point where we got these $1 billion deals because they saw the numbers. We were doing $3 million a week on SmackDown. He's not lying. Now you're cracking one, barely cracking one. You missed $1 million on some of the weeks. You got to do something. You can't just keep forcing Cody down our throats if people are tuning out. It's literally, it don't matter about the stuff me and you argued about. It's still get Roman there. Now again, Roman did just leave. I mean, I don't know. I just think there's certain guys when you look at them, they can draw some money. Cody in certain matches and feuds can draw money. I think going into tomorrow, there was no Brock Lesnar tonight. There was no Roman Reigns tonight. Going into tomorrow's Royal Rumble, those guys did not even make a single appearance since War Games. And they're favorites to win. Brock Lesnar declared for the...
That's the thing. He did it on Pat McAfee's show through a cell phone call.
That's where we are in the WWE, y'all.
Yeah.
That's the sad part. Yeah, they let Brock do whatever he wants. That ruins. It's a gift and a curse, right? Because Pat McAfee shows a different audience. So that too is a help. But for the wrestling fans, it's hard to list favorites. The average wrestling fan, they don't see the picture. They may not even know Brock's in the Rumble. They put it on an ad that Roman was in the Rumble. But they never really got to tell us that Brock was in. They didn't really have the time. He declared on a TV show outside of the WWE because they sell tickets. Yeah. So salute to Brock Lesnar, man. But I would have liked to seen him at least do a video montage or a video calling in and him being on his farm. And they showed him like Rocky, like, yeah, for y'all, it looks like I'm farming, but I'm preparing. And he's got huge slabs of, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he got to be F5 and pigs, but like, You know what I'm saying? If you see him, you know what I'm saying, Hank, like you like, and you just see the cuts and the definition, and you're like,
Yeah.
Brock might be ready, bro. Brock look like he can, you know what I'm saying, and he's manhandling these larger than life animals. That might be able to work too, but you can't just not use him at all. Same thing with Roman. They said it was a difference of opinion. He's been off TV. He could be F5 in the pig, Vinny. I'm telling you, like that man hunts. You know what I'm saying? He put that thing on his on. You know what I'm saying? He put it across the back of his neck.
He probably F5's cows, man.
Dog, he could probably. He definitely get a pig up there. He can definitely put a pig on his shoulders. I don't know what a cow weighs. I remember as a kid, we used to go in the country and go cow tipping. Because they sleep standing up. Cows don't go to bed. Like they don't, you know what I'm saying? They don't lay down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to put them down. But yeah, I just when it looks at viewerships and things, I do think they do have a large opportunity though to do something that we all don't expect at the Rumble tomorrow. Lots of them. If you want to say and make a name for someone, you could do that with Obafemi. You could do that with Finn Balor, who's old. But remember, they played up. Finn Balor ain't got no spot. Wasn't on SmackDown. He was on Raw. Even though he's a Raw guy, he shouldn't have been on SmackDown. But there's a lot of people going back and forth between shows lately. So
yeah, that's another like confusion I had in the show. Remember, there was a segment. It was R-Truth, Nick Aldis with the numbers. Damian Priest picked his number, but then Nick Aldis said, "I was able to secure you a spot." I was like, "Wait, what? I thought there weren't any more spots." Okay, that was the first thing that just hit me. Like, oh wow, so we just shitted on Finn. Okay,
we shitted on Finn. So don't be surprised if tomorrow, there's a couple of things that can happen here. Finn leaving the Judgment Day, I think, is inevitable. But if you want a long-term storybook, is Dom in the Rumble?
as a surprise, I could see that.
He's okay. Let's go there, right? Because he's still. How many titles Dom got? He still got the AAA joint?
Yeah, AAA and the IC.
Okay. So he should have been already saying, I could become the first 3-strap champ with multiple companies, the IC, the world title of my choosing, and the AAA, you know. He pinned Finn Balor to get his first world title. I mean, his first IC title. Like that has gone kind of like under the rug, even though it happened in front of all of our eyes. Like that should have never happened. Like you pinned me at my expense. You never even gave me a shot. And he throws him out. Or he takes him out prior to. In order to get more gold in the Judgment Day, Dom's already got 2 titles. I asked you, I took you out, so this way they would have to put me in. So it looked like a certain. I'm just saying that's how he talks.
Yeah.
But I think Dom is hurt enough that's why they're not bringing him up. I forgot Dom is hurt.
Yeah,
that's right. He hurt that shoulder. He's not going to be in there tomorrow. But they could play it off. Dom, what do you mean Dom's not going to be here? He had his spot. Dom could even be there being like, my shoulder is still, you know what I'm saying? And Finn taking that spot. And Adam Pearce looking at him like, you mother, you know, so that could be a thing, or it could be Finn taking him out. And we're playing off, you pinned me for that belt. I let you pin me. You know what I'm saying? And they go back. So I don't know. I just think Finn Balor could slide in that way. And he's my dark horse. I said that salute to the Humble Rose podcast. I was over there this Wednesday. That's why there was no Wednesday Night Wars. Dallas Cash and company. It's great over there, brother. They do a phenomenal job. They had Royal Rumble trivia. Go check it out if you haven't. I got a little winnings. You know what I'm saying? I got me some winnings. You know what I'm saying? I've represented the pod You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I did well. I didn't let us down, you know. But yeah.
Did your part.
Yeah, I thought, surprise win over there, but I won't tell you who and what happened. Go ahead and watch the playback Royal Rumble trivia from this past Wednesday on the Humble Rose podcast. Very fun, great individuals over there. Finn, let me ask you a question. Can you? I want a 20 back and a 4 logo. It's crazy. Nah, man, I got my y'all know I like to come here with notes. I like to come with notes. I like to write down. This has got my math and stuff. All that long. I can't even see this. That's got all that math stuff I was having to do for my math course. I could go back in history. It's crazy. I even have notepads from the 6th grade in middle school talking about certain girls and stuff. It's crazy. I can't say because some of them women are married, but if someone be like, I'd be like, you lying. On January 8th, right in the back of the school, we did this. And that was the first time that I did that. And after that, I went to my homeboy. I could tell you specifics that most people probably have no clue to remember. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why I decided to say that out loud because it probably makes you seem creepish, but it's not. It's a normal thing. It's just like people journaling. I just basically kept a journal. You know what I'm saying? I be having this is how much your boy like to. I got pens just on stat. I got notebooks. I got little notebooks with the spirals in them. I got another notebook. I got another notebook, bro. I could have, you know what I'm saying? Got a little highlighter, got a permanent marker. So you know what I'm saying? Your boy, I'm ready to take some notes. So don't be trying to blow the whistle on me. You know what I mean? I'm with it. You know what I mean? But no. Let me get back to SmackDown because Finn Balor got me over here showing all my notepads. Gamaj, questions. Carmelo Hayes, U.S. Open Challenge. Tonight he took on Ray Phoenix. I need your thoughts on this because I don't want to go on a tangent.
So, now I'm not even going to take anything away from the match. I thought the match was cool, but I do think they need to stop doing U.S. Open challenges, right? Take a break from it.
I think it's a tired thing. I think Sammy doing it was cool to prove a point. He lost to Ilyanov. Ilyanov doing this. Like, there's no storylines for the belts.
It's not. And it's making me think they're not going to stop doing it until someone who's heel takes the belt off him.
I also think it's some of the stupidest competition in the world. Not that Ray Phoenix isn't fire. And we saw that tonight. I thought he did great. Very entertaining. But if you're going to tell me every week there's going to be a guy who defends his title and you got a group like The Vision talking about getting titles, hey, this is an easy win. How about this? The Vision, Bronson Reed. I don't want titles. I'm the tribal thief. Why are we still talking? You haven't stolen sneakers in a minute.
Yeah.
You were stealing sneakers prior to SummerSlam. And they got you in a tag match. Like, what are we doing? This is where I say, like, who is in the creative room writing this? Or I could write you guys a show. I would love to do it and put it out there. And hopefully the right people will see this and be like, hey, man, there's a guy on this podcast. Maybe we should just reach out and see if he's willing to, because I can't fathom how we're not looking at your rosters and going, okay, why is he not in a title picture? We have to be able to answer these questions because in the fans' mind, you're saying this faction is great. You have to make me believe it.
Yeah, because at this point, he has, as far as like a current star right now, he has the most wasted Roman Reigns win that we've seen.
Yes,
that win really should have catapulted him, and it hasn't done nothing.
Most people probably forgot he beat him.
Yeah.
Because again, in 2 years, in 5, okay, hold on. WrestleMania 40 was 2 years ago. Almost like it was 22 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll say 2 years. Plus the 4 years he went undefeated. In 6 years, how many people can say they beat Roman Reigns? You and Cody Rhodes. And this guy ain't got no title? He ain't had a title match?
They didn't even put the try to put the IC belt on him after that.
Nothing. And then on the same show with this guy, there's an open challenge. And being that the Vision's on SmackDown, being that they're on Raw, because I'm like, which show are they on? I forgot.
Oh, Vision is Raw.
The Vision is Raw? Well,
Yeah.
tonight they're on SmackDown for some random reason.
It's only because it's the Rumble, so they were like mashing up. That's the only reason.
But it still didn't make sense. Sami Zayn getting involved with these guys to talk about the Royal Rumble is mad dumb. He's got a thing with Drew McIntyre.
Yeah, and Drew called him out for that. Like, you want to talk out to them? You want to get in a match the day before? All right, you want to be stupid? Go ahead.
Yeah, like this.
Shout out to Drew for that.
So, again, this is not good writing. This should have ended with a big-ass Rumble. A bunch of people coming out, and because they started to do that. Yeah. But it ended with Cody and Sami Zayn getting speared by Braun Breaker. What's the point? Braun Breaker spearing Cody. Okay, they're both going to be in the Rumble. Sami Zayn he's not involved in the Rumble. He needs his own thing to get hot with Drew.
Yeah, unless that's telling me he's losing to Drew, and then they're going to put him in the Rumble anyway.
And that's corny. That's corny when you got people telling them to their face, Finn Balor, he can't get in.
Right.
But for storyline purposes, I guess. But again, I'm going to stop saying storyline purposes because we watched Unreal. Season 2 is clear. You got a whole... I haven't seen anyone in the IWC that said, man, they did a good job with these storylines.
I mean, another way you could get Finn is if, AJ loses to Gunther, right? Nobody expects AJ to win. AJ Styles probably had a spot in the Rumble after the match. But if he loses, Finn takes it.
That's a good one. That's a good, easy, let's fix this.
Yeah.
That's a good, easy. Because he's, despite what we think on camera, he's trying to do a year. He's trying to stay involved with the company, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, it would make sense for him to say, I'm putting my name in the Rumble because after the Gunther match, I was supposed to beat CM Punk. And see, that's another thing. This is why I know you're gone. That CM Punk match ended in a draw.
Yeah, no contest.
So he should be irate, but he's not.
He was content with everything.
Yeah, so it's like, he gone, bro.
Yeah. Even what was that chick Mission? Even she did a whole thank you post to AJ. I'm like, yeah, I'm making this too obvious, man.
Yeah. So salute to them. But going back to a couple things, US Open challenges need to stop. 2, Carmelo Hayes ain't the guy. He needs actual storylines. He needs actual storylines because right now there's no difference between the U.S. challenge and regular matches.
Yeah,
you're just giving guys opportunities who don't deserve it. Meanwhile, Bronson Reed walking around. Logan Paul's a former champion. Austin Theory's a former champion.
See, that's what I would have done because the Vision was there. I would have had Bronson Reed answer it. He was there tonight.
Yeah,
that's what I
don't need to have an 8-man tag. Let's do 6. Why? We got all 4 of you right here. Bronson Reed got something to take care of. And he go out there and squash Carmelo Hayes. Or not squash him, but, he goes out there and beats him. And now you got the Vision with belts. Well, they don't have another belt. But if they get a belt, they have a Raw belt and a SmackDown belt. So they're ping-ponging shows. And
Because Sammy did not have to be a part of that match. Like, you got to focus on Drew.
Yes. So again, salute to everything WWE got going on, but at some point somebody has to make something make sense. And when I watched SmackDown tonight, I'm like, I don't understand why the Vision answered this random call for Cody Rhodes. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Braun Breaker went after CM Punk. Now he's going after Cody, Randy Orton. These are SmackDown guys.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on SmackDown. Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn's on SmackDown.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the fourth guy they had? Randy Orton.
The only person that was there from Raw was Jey Uso.
Oh, Jey. And they're not involved with Jey Uso.
Yeah.
So when you look at it and you just... Bro, it was a time when the Go Home show was like, "You'll see you this Sunday at WrestleMania. We'll see you this Sunday at Backlash." Like, you know what I'm saying? Creative. There was no reason to get these guys together. There is none. And it never got answered really in my brain why. But I do think of tonight's matches. What was the other match?
We got I don't remember like the order.
His partner just went to AEW.
We did have Axiom and Johnny Gargano.
Yeah. How did you listen? It sucks Tommaso Ciampa left, bro.
It does, but here's my other thing too. I think Johnny gonna leave soon also.
I think a lot of people in that tag, all the people, okay, Pretty Deadly stopped because one got his neck broke.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the Street Profits. Tommaso Ciampa just left. At one point, we were saying, yo, tag team division in the men's side is lit. Back when they had the ladder match, you know what I'm saying, the day before the PLE, like they was lit. And now you're looking at it and you're watching MFT battle the Wyatt Six. That's cool. Tag teams have just dissipated. Creed Brothers just returned recently. I've seen them around, but they're on Raw.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know what they're gonna do with Johnny Gargano. He's very small in stature. If you make him Johnny Wrestling, because they kept referring to him as Johnny Wrestling tonight. Michael Cole said that a couple times. I think that's a U.S. title contender, like how Chad Gable was. Whether he gets it or not, I don't know. But you got to do something fast because they're like, oh, Johnny Gargano's partner is not here anymore. They glanced over that shit so fast.
On Tommaso Ciampa got to AEW real quick, like no what was it like fight clause for him to do.
Yeah, I wonder how that happened because Andrade was they was like, get your ass off TV. You got to wait this one out. But I also think too the terms in which you leave, and also with like people like Tommaso Ciampa, AEW. Listen, anyone who says AEW blah 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 they suck or blah 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 blah, they are lying. WCW was the number 2 show for years until one day the mid-card guy, for the first 4-time Intercontinental Champion, Razor Ramon, went back to WCW. When I say went back, because remember he was the Diamond Stud. So he goes to WCW. You may know who I am, but you don't know why I'm here. Then he brings out Kevin Nash. Kevin Nash, you look at how people say it, his 1-year title run in 1995 was horrible, they say. Ratings were low and blah, blah, blah. So surely he can't carry a company. Those two dudes changed wrestling. Two people who Diesel was losing steam and Razor kind of was spinning the wheels a little bit. Went over there and changed how. If AJ Styles were to pop up in AEW after this, maybe another person pop up, it could ignite and WWE keeps doing the same type of thing, their money grab, people will either stop watching wrestling or they'll go to watch AEW more. And then when they see something, they're like, man, I can't really predict the winner. Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. WCW did something WWE wasn't doing at that time. Even though WWE won, WCW should be credited with starting the Attitude Era.
I agree.
If you are a wrestling fan, you cannot deny this because even the Undertaker talked about it. WWF still had characters, straight up Duke the Dumpster Droese, Aldo Montoya, the Man of War, Savio Vega. What? The Goon, the hockey player. You remember him? The Goon. Waylon Mercy. You remember him? White pants, balding head with the thing combed over like a serial killer. They had these dumbass characters that, and when Scott Hall and Ray and Kevin, remember, they didn't even know what to call them. That's why the first few weeks they're on TV, they don't have a name. They was like, what the fuck? Let's just go with Scott Hall and Kevin. Let's just go with our names. Out of here. Then they brought Hulk Hogan. Remember, Hulk Hogan was washed. Hulk Hogan was in WCW for a minute. When he went, he kind of tipped the scales a little bit to bring legitimacy to WCW. But he didn't make them win. But when he turned heel with the Outsiders, and they was just doing, remember they launched Rey Mysterio bong into the trailer and shit. Yo, Undertaker said they was watching WCW like, we got to do something. And they started being cutting edge. That's when Bret Hart come down, started cutting up. This is bullshit. Everybody knows I got screwed. Everybody knows I should be the heavyweight champion of the world. You know it. I know it. Everybody in the goddamn dressing room. That's when they started talking to Vince McMahon directly. And he had to get off of commentary. Because, Vince was like, he pushed Vince to the ground in that. Stone Cold Sid came out and was like, shut your whiny ass up. Yeah, that's kicked off the ad. They had WCW made WWF. So when I see Tommaso Ciampa go over and he's doing the Psycho Killer, and you got people who came over, and remember, WWE has a move list that's banned. But if you're into like death matches and stuff, or you want to get a little edgier, AEW has an opening for you. Straight up. If you don't want to just do 4-match PLEs, you want to get on the PLE, you want to be able to hold some gold and hold down a division, AEW got a spot for you, brother. I'm just saying, that's the honesty. WWE is the big time, no doubt, but it's getting to the point where you're just like, rinse and repeat. Right now, the Royal Rumble's in a good place because I don't know who's going to win. I have some favorites, but you got, they bleed just to bleed, Mike.
No, I was going to say that with AEW, with both shows, one show has something the other show doesn't. Because the one thing with AEW, while yes, they do have, you could say from a show per show perspective and having matches, they will give you better matches. But when it comes to story, like as much shit we talk about WWE story and writers, it's no better in AEW.
Right.
So one lacks what the other isn't. So it's really like there's got to be a balance somehow for them either show to figure it out. And I can't say too much for AEW also because their viewership has not been good.
This is true. But things can change. The one good signing, he has a couple banger matches. They put him in some dream matches. And that name could be AJ Styles. I feel like if AJ Styles goes to AEW, bro, I ain't gonna lie to you. My TV, I'm gonna click over. I want to see what he's doing, and I want to see what some other people are doing too. Let me catch up. I have to.
No, I could agree because AJ Styles is universally over. He will bring viewers with him.
Yes, 100%, 100%. And he made that comment. If Gunther ends my WWE career, he made a point to say that. He could have said, if Gunther ends my career, then it's all. He didn't say that. He said WWE. So which also leaves the door he could go back to TNA.
Yeah. I do think it's a higher chance he goes to TNA though.
I think he shoots a shot with AEW. And the reason being is TNA is in bed with WWE. So it's like, that'd be weird. You retired and now you're on a show that we send our guys to NXT to work with.
I don't know, because you still got XWE stars in TNA.
You're right. You are right, brother. Overall, I look forward to the Rumble tomorrow. Don't let this talk get to you, but this is probably, it's a good way to start off the year, right? Because I'm excited. I'm like, literally, there can be some good stuff in here.
It's the most unpredictable Rumble we've had in a long time.
Yes. There's a few legitimate, like if I look at my people who I'm like, who could I legitimately see them winning? Roman Reigns. Sami Zayn getting pulled back into that Rumble. Finn Balor getting pulled into the Rumble. I don't think they'll do a Cody third, but WWE has done some things to get them booed out the building before.
Yeah. I'll say this one thing. If they give him the third, I don't think he's getting it, and I wouldn't agree with it, but if they do, it only works if he's heel, because he's going to get booed.
Oh, yeah.
If your plan is give it to him, then turn him heel, okay, I could see how you make that work. And Cody did tease also if you do that, because if it's not going to be Cody Roman, he mentioned CM Punk.
He did.
So if your plan's Cody Punk Mania and Cody's heel, that could be a good Mania match too.
Yeah, I'll take it. I think it would have been better that couple years back when Punk first got there and he gave him the Rock promo, but it wasn't about the Rock; it was about him. Yeah. But the Rock filled that void. He was like, and all of a sudden, somebody comes from behind. It's a bigger star than you and takes that chance away from you. Blah blah blah. Right? And that was that promo. They were face to face. Like, man, we could get Punk and Cody. Then that was like good timing for it. But I think that I'm not gonna say that time is faded, but it
wasn't as hot as it was then.
Yeah. So, well, I would take that. I think that's a suitable second. I could see if Gunther's in the Rumble, I could see Gunther winning. Because WWE has done a bad job with heels. They don't have many, and the ones they have, like the Vision, is a group of heels. Not over. Braun is over, but not really as a heel. They love his attitude. They love his Steiner math. They love his mannerisms. They love the way he carries himself. A lot of times he's wearing hoodies. People love hoodies. But Bronson Reed ain't done nothing. He's just a wingman. And that's sad to see because at one point he was looking like, okay, he's gonna get a mid-tier or a world title shot, and he's gonna crack that. He's gonna get into that. But here we are. Nothing.
Nothing. He really should have been holding gold as a unit.
One of these, I don't know what's going on with him, man. Dom, I don't think they want to cool Dom off, and Dom is being hurt right now. Dom taking the L to Bronson Reed. And it'd be very hard for Dom to beat Bronson Reed because Bronson Reed also has a stable. So you can't just like cheat win your way to this one because he's the heel and he was looking to cheat win and secure. And his stable is much more popping than yours. Paul Heyman, I mean, he's just the guy. If Gunther doesn't retire, AJ, he'll win. Here's the thing about that, Mike. I agree with that part, but if he doesn't retire AJ's going to have a weird career. You can't keep doing career matches. You know, they should have Vince McMahon them. The next time you lose, you're gone. And now we don't know when that's going to be.
The Ric Flair approach. That's what they should have done. Yeah.
Yeah. And Gunther being like, because Gunther is, here's the thing about Gunther's career killer. And I did a quote earlier on him. He's not really a career killer. He had scheduled matches with people who were scheduled that this is their last match, broadcasted and advertised as their last match. Goldberg's trying to have a retirement match. They signed up Gunther. John Cena's going to have a retirement match. He wins a tournament and becomes the guy to take the last match. So no matter the outcome, it was both of their last matches, no matter what. This is his first career match where it's, you know what I'm saying? If he would have had another one of these before, like let's say Goldberg is like, no, I want to come back. Now it would have been a one, you know, let's say Goldberg wanted to retire, but they acted on camera like he didn't and said, let's put your career on the line. And he was like, no, I'm young. Oh, you can't beat the old guy? Because I got one more world title running me. And then he would have ended Goldberg, right? He's not really a career killer. He has done nothing to do that. These guys were out the door. Advertised John Cena had a tournament. The career killer. Get out of here, bro. You tapped to Jey Uso. The creator forgot about that.
They reminded him too.
They had no long-term vision for Gunther because there's no way they said, all right, we're gonna have him tap out to Jey Uso at Mania, but then we're gonna have him and Bill Goldberg and John Cena this year. Yeah, that sounds good. You sure you want him to tap? Yeah, hell yeah. That'll make him look strong. Hell no. So there was never a long-term plan for this. Never. Flying by the seat of their pants.
I don't think they've booked anything long-term since Mania 40.
I agree. I think that was an ugly accident too, because 39, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman apparently told Vince that he ain't ready. They went with it. They had Roman keep that belt, which was actually a good payoff because it drove more viewership. I mean, I know a lot of people didn't like it. They don't like the lack of matches, the part-time. I got it. But WWE, like, there's a lot of money involved. So that 40, though, paid off so well. I ain't gonna lie, bro. 40 might be low-key one of my favorite WrestleManias ever. And it's not the whole event. It's the night 1 and night 2 main events alone. Because Gunther lost to Sammy at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I do agree with you. Even the one tag team match was fun. That was a fun match.
Yeah, it was really good. They I'm not gonna lie, they did good. They really did good, and it's gonna be very hard to top that. What I do think could top this, and let me put this out: if Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble, and they're gonna keep the title on Drew, it's too early for The Rock to come back to this WrestleMania. But there's the perspective that Roman Reigns should win and challenge The Rock for that people's title that he has. Because what was the point of him constantly wearing it every time he popped up? Yeah, I get you. Ali's family gave it to you. Okay, cool. Great. Yeah. But let's be clear. Roman doesn't need a title. Then give him a title that, let's see if he can make this title legitimate. The people's title. That should be your U.S. Open title. That could be, I defend this title against people of my choosing. And then he could unite it with a regular title, merge the two titles the way he did the Universal. Because the Universal doesn't exist anymore. So it's done.
Yeah, I don't see them even doing that because since that title's really a personal memento meant for him only, he's not going to involve that with any wrestling match.
But you wore it to the wrestling matches. You could have left it at the Hall of Fame when you got it.
I'm going to just be real, and this is The Rock being really my goat of wrestling. The Rock's got an ego, so I think he just wanted to show off. I'm just being real.
I'll be honest, man. The Rock is none of my goats. He is a GOAT, surely, 100%. You're not going to get an argument from me. But if you go, Jerry, hey, HP, I need your personal favorites. Oh, I'm not saying The Rock. Now, if you say personal promos, but see, The Rock's promos aren't good to watch back.
I mean, I could make a case for that it is, but I do see where you're coming from.
You know what? I'm not considering not good to watch back because there's some ones I definitely have watched back that are really funny. So let me strike that part. But it's his whole package. It's his aura. His matches are okay. He doesn't have a lot of 5-star type of, you know what I'm saying? Him and Mick Foley, Mankind, probably some of his best work. Stone Cold, I don't think his matches with Stone Cold are better than his Stone Cold matches with Brett, or even his match with Shawn. And he's got a couple matches with Shawn. Remember, they were tag team champions. They fought at King of the Ring. They had the autistic guy who jumped the guardrail, and Shawn went and saved him and shit. And Stone Cold gave him the finger for it. It's like, you piece of shit. How am I a piece of shit? That autistic kid fell over the guardrail, and I made sure he got back to his mother safe. You know what I'm saying? I think the game's legacy is tainted. The game is going to be in my goats, but he's going to have an asterisk because we'll never know how far you would have gotten without the Stephanie situation. We'll never know. We'll never know. Were you good? You damn right. Damn right. But the Reign of Terror, when I look at that, he could have lost that belt to a couple of guys that would have helped.
There's a case that without the Reign of Terror, Triple H is really not a top guy in the Attitude Era.
To be honest, that's not even that. He's not a top guy in the Attitude Era. There's a very big misconception about this. He's not a top guy in the Attitude Era.
No,
he's a mid-carder.
No, I agree with that because some people will feel that way, and I'm like, nah, the top guy was Austin. Then someone was like, who? But he was the top heel. No, actually, The Rock was technically the top heel.
Yeah, you also got to ask yourself, when does the Attitude Era start and when does it end?
Yeah,
because when John Cena says ruthless aggression, that's 2002, right? So if you backtrack it a little bit before then, because the Attitude, there's small gaps between these eras. Like when they say the golden age of wrestling and the Attitude Era, those are the next ones. There's a gap of time. Actually, that's a bigger gap. They call it the new generation because that's what they were marketing as. Bret Hart, the leader of the new generation. Diesel, the leader of the new generation. But when the Attitude Era kicks off with DX, he's European title. He's competing for the Intercontinental title. He ain't the guy. The Rock wins his first championship in 99. Stone Cold wins the first belt at WrestleMania 14. Attitude Era is in full swing. Attitude Era is done by 2001. When they buy WCW, Attitude Era is already done.
Yeah, Triple H doesn't become a top guy until beginning of the Ruthless Aggression Era when everybody else left. Rock left, Austin left. That's when it starts.
Shawn left, all that. They're gone. Brett's gone. Yeah, all gone. But I ain't gonna lie. When Triple H, I think there's a couple of times he should have just lost that belt, won it back, and he could have been up there for the 16. I think he should just tied Flair and left it. Since he was such a Flair guy, like him and Flair was like that. And Flair was like he was in Evolution. It just would have made sense too. It wouldn't have been, but yeah. I digress. But let me get some predictions for tomorrow, and I guess we can kind of wrap this thing up. We've been on here an hour. I got some questions for you, Gamaj. It's a series of small questions. You ready?
Yeah.
I'll do your final picks for your winner in the end. But let's be clear. Let's go back a little bit. Surprise entrance. Who you got? Who you think you're gonna see tomorrow? Or returns. Surprise entrant or returns or both. You can give me whatever.
I think we get Jericho.
Uh-huh.
I am hoping we get Bianca if she's healed.
That's a good one.
I think we get AJ Lee.
I don't even think that's a surprise or nothing because she's actually signed to the WWE. Like, where you been? But yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, look, if Roman Reigns is a return every time he pop out, so is she.
Okay.
Anything I don't know why. I think Trish Stratus is popping out.
Yeah.
And then can't really think of anybody else. I'm just gonna say his name just to be random. I'm gonna say Omos.
Yikes. Yeah, I'm not even gonna say Jericho. I'm gonna go Joe Hendry from the TNA. I think you gotta have some TNA guys. They did sign Joe Hendry, so he's WWE, but I don't know. He's down there still in NXT. And he was in last year's Royal Rumble. Chad Gable returns. Definitely think he's looking buff. That boy look ready.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I agree with you about Bianca. I think they're gonna put some of them AAA people in there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I forgot to say Iguana. I think he pops up.
I ain't even gonna put that dude. I don't want to see him. Yeah, we doing these Micro Man. Micro Man better not. If you put Micro Man in the Royal Rumble and Finn Balor couldn't get in, man, listen. All right, Gamaj. Let's see. We got the Hour Man. The Iron Man. Who's gonna last the longest, male and women's?
For the men's, I'm gonna say Braun Breaker.
Okay.
For the women's, I don't know if the thing. I feel like it's gonna be an NXT star. I don't think it's gonna be a main roster person. Because when I think about it, they've been doing this as of late as a trend. Because they did this for Roxanne before she was in the main roster.
Yeah.
So I can see
you.
Say who?
Homie Joe, 1989. See you in the chat, good sir. Welcome back. But what were you saying about Bianca?
No, not Bianca. I was just saying that for the the Iron Woman, I think it's an NXT wrestler for the women's.
All right, I'm gonna put NXT.
Yeah, I just can't think of who I would see in there.
I do agree with you. It's gonna be a Vision person. Vision have 4 slots. I don't think they're gonna be next to each other, and I don't think we're gonna see all 4 Vision members in the ring at the same time. I don't want to see anybody main event level do the Iron Man. I just don't think that anybody needs it. If you see Cody do it, it's BS. However, it could be because again, they want to build the baby face, you want to build the story. Cody and Jacob Fatu, one of them, and I'll go with Cody, actually. Because he'll be eliminated by Jacob Fatu. And that's just what it's gonna be.
Yeah, that.
Women's side. Last year, not only did Roxanne become the Iron Woman, she set the record for women's length of time in the Royal Rumble. So salute to her. Duce, brother, we're gonna sip that Duce tonight. Penta is a good pick too. Penta starting off this year, 2026 push. That'd be dope. For the most women, I think we'll see Jada Parker. She got a new finisher, looks strong, and if you're gonna try to bring her up on the main roster, I do think it's got to be an NXT talent, but I'm gonna be specific and say Jada Parker, or what's her name? Dating Damian Priest.
Lola Vice.
Because again, all the main event girls are in the tag team picture. They don't need it. You don't need Nia Jax to do it. You don't need Liv to do it. You don't need Rhea. You don't need Io Sky, Kairi Sane, Asuka. You don't need none of them girls to go Lash Legend. You don't need none of them girls to go 40 minutes or more. No.
Yeah.
And if they do, they shouldn't be the lead person. It should be somebody else to do it.
The only woman I'll be okay with being being the survivor that's in the main roster now is Jordynne Grace.
Yeah, she was also in the Rumble last year. She made her debut. TNA was it the year last year or the year before?
No, it was 2 years ago. Like her debut was 2 years
Yeah,
ago.
when she was still TNA Knockouts champion.
Yeah.
I think she made her. The matter of fact, she made her debut with Jade. So very interesting. All right, now here's a key category: eliminations. Who's gonna have the most eliminations? Every year, you got a person that's got to be that guy or girl. I gotta.
I hope it's Obafemi. Because this is going to be his debut in the main roster. That's going to be the best. That's going to be the strongest way you can book him to look strong.
Yeah, I agree. What about on the female side? Got some options over there. Well, Vinny, we're about to hit the women up too. You know what I'm saying? It's, doing each one. So
I like to go with people with a certain stature, not to be biased, but I could see either Naya or Lash Legend.
It'd be dope is if they tied and they both did like 8 apiece.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, because they're in a tag team, so they get their number called early. They go on this run where it's like, golly, boy. All right, I'm going to weigh in. I think Obafemi is definitely a guy that should get a lot of eliminations tomorrow. But if not him, Jacob Fatu. You got to reestablish Jacob a little bit. He came back. Remember, before he left, he was kind of cooling off a little bit. Didn't have that same, you know what I'm saying? So a good thing would be get eliminations. If he is not successful at getting the most eliminations, he should have a high number behind whoever had the most, right? Or he should have some high profile eliminations. He eliminates Cody. He eliminates Randy Orton. He may eliminate, you know what I'm saying? He eliminates some guys that you're like, oh my God. Yeah. For the female side, it's got to be somebody. I don't want to go with her. I mean, Zarya is a good pick. I think NXT looks heavy, or probably Rhea Ripley. I just think those will be. Zarya looks lost in space. I don't know what's going on with her, but you brought Delta in, and now she's like, he's still on NXT. Yeah, I think also the Royal Rumble is going to be where the females, all those super groups of tag team wrestlers start to split because they're going to have to do battle or one's going to turn on. You know what I'm saying? So I think tomorrow look for a couple of these tag teams to kind of go whoopsie and just start that slow breakup process. So we did this. Final four. Who is your final four for tomorrow? Final four is a big one. You know, when you're in the final four, last year it was John Cena, Jey Uso, Logan Paul, and Dom Mysterio for the men's side. So I can't remember the women's.
For the men, I'm gonna say Jacob, Roman, Jericho. Who makes number 4? I'm contemplating between Logan Paul and Braun Breaker. I still feel like Logan's going to be the one to try to take him out. So it's really going to depend between them two. I'm gonna say Logan.
Yo, chill with the Nikki Cross, bro.
I'm gonna say Logan.
Nikki Cross is crazy. Who'd you say?
I'm gonna say Logan. I think Logan's gonna be sneaky and take him out.
Hmm. Okay. What about now? What about the females? That's a solid 4. I like that. It's a little bit of outside the box thinking too.
I'll say Liv, Bianca. Um, if she pop AJ Lee and Jordan Grace.
Okay. That's a nice 4. Gamaj said Jacob, Roman, Jericho, Logan Paul. Now, WWE has one of the best chances to do something that I just hope they do it. Give us the all-time greatest Final 4. You could do Cody, Roman, Brock, Randy. If Jericho pops up, you know what I'm saying? You could do now. There's 5 people to choose from in that 4, and get 4 from that.
See? Now I didn't say that 4 because I don't trust them to do that.
No, I don't think they will. But if they did, the pop would be insane. When them 4 just looking and you see Cody, Roman, Brock, Randy. Oh man. It's gonna be phenomenal. But I don't think that'll be the last 4. Just like last year, Seth, Rollins, Roman, they eliminated each other essentially. And we didn't get them in the last 4. Jey Uso, Logan. So I do think Roman Reigns, he had a terrible 2025. His thing on Pat McAfee, you guys had 2 years to get this thing right. I don't think Cody makes it. I think Randy Orton is another safe bet. I think Braun Breaker is going to be in there. And yikes, man. Oh man. I think Obafemi.
Interesting.
I think Obafemi. And the reason I went with that, outside of Cody can easily get eliminated by Jacob Fatu, or someone else runs interference on him. Cody, you gotta start getting rid of him early. You remember that year they all wanted Daniel Bryan to win, and Daniel Bryan went out like early, and they were like, "Boo!" Like what?
Yeah, I think that was the year. Roman. No, that's not the one Roman won. It was the year before that.
You remember when Shawn Michaels was trying to get it at the Undertaker, and he fell off the apron like. It was like, no, everyone was so heartbroken. It was like, oh my gosh, that was Shawn's last chance. And he still found a way, right? He ended up costing Undertaker that belt. So this way, you ain't get, I'm getting stuck on screen. Oh, okay, I fixed myself. I was stuck for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's be interesting. So Roman, Randy, Braun, Oba for the women's. Woo! I definitely think Liv, Bianca. I think Rhea Ripley. I think they're gonna do that on the women's side. That really big fatal 4.
Yeah.
I think they'll do that on the women's. I'm just trying to think who could be the last, because you got Asuka, you got Io. Oh, Charlotte.
Oh. So I was gonna say Tiffany Stratton's in the Rumble too.
Yeah, I think if you give us Liv, Bianca, Rhea, Charlotte, I'm locked in. I don't think they need to go any of them other women for real. And Whoo, Gamad, I need your winner and your dark horse. Who is your long shot and who is your winner? Give me your long shot first. Long shot for men and women first, and then we'll do your actual who you think is gonna win.
Long shot because I don't. This is someone who I don't think is gonna win, but if he did, people would be happy for it. I'm gonna say LA Knight.
Oh, I forgot about our dog.
Let me see. As far as who wins the men's, trying to remember who did I say?
Don't do the winner. Do the long shot for the women's, and then we.
Okay.
Yeah.
I said LA Knight for the men. Long shot for the women. You know what? I'm gonna someone I don't expect to win. I'm gonna say Roxanne Perez.
That's a goodie. That's a goodie, brother. This is why I like you're right. Vinny, I saw your comment earlier. You said Royal Rumble low-key is like one of your favorite pay-per-views. Yeah, I'm up there with it because it's like it can go a lot of ways. And it really, even though they say WrestleMania is like the reset, the Royal Rumble kind of feels like that because you get so many, like they do we'll do one more subject matter before we do winners. But long shot, I got Finn Balor.
Okay.
Finn Balor is my long shot. I think him getting into the Rumble somehow will be clever. I don't think it could be an NXT person. And I don't really know if it's a long shot, but I would say like Tiffany Stratton. There's been no real hype for her.
Well, but she's also been injured too. That's the other thing.
Yeah. I would say Lash Legend. Lash Legend, because she would definitely, if you can't get Bianca to do it, let Lash Legend win and her go against Jade Cargill, and then you have your kind of your powerhouse versus powerhouse match.
Okay.
Oh man, now I forgot the other subject. All of a sudden, oh man, we said the Iron Man, the Muscle Elimination, the Final Four, long shot. Not the winner. Oh my gosh, I forgot the subject. Oh, biggest pop.
Biggest pop.
Who's gonna get the biggest pop? Men's and women's. And if you don't want to do biggest pop, because I think it's gonna be Roman. I don't think anyone's gonna disagree, to be honest. But let's see. Are there any? You know how they always like to do stare downs to gauge. Oh, I was like, what the fuck was that? I was about to be out. You about to see AMG HP and AMG mode for real. I don't know if y'all heard that. I was like, she was like, but I forgot my daughter. She's doing something up there. I don't know. Who knows? But just with that being said, we're gonna put this alarm on just in case anything creeps through the crib. Stare downs. What like, we've been waiting for the Gunther Brock kind of one. What potential? What do you call it? You know how like they do like a Easter egg type of thing.
Yeah.
What potentials do you see here tomorrow night, or is there any that you're looking forward to?
I'm hoping for Oba and Brock Lesnar stare down. That's what I'm hoping for.
Take my money. Take my money. Take my money. Oba Brock is money. You smell that?
I'd like to see that.
Smell like money. I think you got to do Oba. I think Hobbs coming in, you got to reacclimate him to the WWE audience. Kind of like what you just did for Oba, but I would wait. Don't step on people's returns. It's something Archie Carter would always say. Oba just had a match on SmackDown versus Cody Rhodes and whooped his ass. Give Hobbs a little minute before you bring him up, so it doesn't. Now you got the big black. Because again, one thing I don't want to sound crazy, but black wrestlers are not well. They're still figuring it out with some of them. You know,
Yeah.
if you think I'm lying or that's bullshit, like, okay, well, how many black world champions we ever had, right? So I think you just got to chill with bringing too many at once, and then you got them. They're like, yeah, he might not work. Because Oba, you got Trick Williams. Oh man, it's a lot. Is that the only one from the men's side?
I could pick more.
Shit, why not?
Oh, okay. The other possibilities here. I'm thinking of the men in the match. If we get Jericho, I would like to see. I wouldn't mind a Jericho and Orton stare down. Because we haven't had that in years since they last feuded.
If Ethan Page comes up, you definitely have to make him Iron Man. Because Ethan Page, he just should have that push. He's solid. He is gold. Ethan Page would be great for the Royal Rumble. And he should get a main roster call-up. He should already had it. And he should enter the U.S. tournament. And then he could have been the U.S. champ and North American champ in NXT at the same time. Along with Chelsea Green as the intergender AAA tag team. Like, it would have been popping. It would have been super.
Yeah,
crazy.
Know what? If Melo does another open challenge and he pops out and wins it, I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, it should be Ethan Page. He's the North American champion versus the U.S. champion. It just makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Whew. Whew. And then he take that belt and start painting Canadian colors and being like, this is now the Canadian, like instead of the U.S. championship, it's the Canadian championship.
Yeah.
And I got the North American championship. Man, come on. That shit write itself. Oh my gosh. Man, that shit got me hot. Like, I'm ready for that. I think Roman needs a stare down. I think he needs a new feud. He's your biggest star in the company. Problem is, I don't think this outside of Obafemi, you gonna make him stare down Trick Williams? Trick ain't ready. Trick ain't ready for that. Trick can battle with some other people. You seen him? He just was in there with Orton. Orton smacked that mic out of his hand and hit somebody. He said, "Oh shit."
No, the people I'm thinking of, you have Roman stare down. I don't think it hits as much as the people he's had rivalries with, other than Oba.
Yeah, I think Roman Oba. I think Oba and anyone is going to work. I will definitely say Roman and Oba because that's your biggest star versus your upcoming. Jacob Fatu and Oba. I think Jacob has cooled down for me though. I'm not as hot. Like, remember when Jacob first came? And he
he wasn't as hot then he was.
Yeah, it's just. I'm not sold on Jacob though, so I wouldn't mind seeing it, but I'm not gonna write that one. But and then there's the Brock Oba, which I'm with that too.
Actually, I'll say this because they've teased it a few times. Then I would want to see Jacob and Braun Breaker stare down.
I could go with that. I can go with that. Yeah, Braun's got to have to do some work with some people in there to see where you can gauge him, because if he's getting pops and it feels,
yeah, especially if Braun is one of the earlier numbers, he'll have the best opportunity to get his moments with different people.
Yeah, if Javon Evans isn't still hurt, I would like to see him in Penta or him and Ray
No,
Phoenix.
he's in it.
Javon?
He's in it because they did say he was okay, and they did
Okay.
advertise him. He's in it. You know what?
Anything on the
He might be the Kofi Kingston of the match.
I don't want to see him do that though. Michael
Yeah.
Cole already called him Kofi once.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't want to see that. Not from him, even though he's more than talented and could do it. I just think that that's crazy. What about on the women's side? Is there anybody? I don't think that, because I feel like any surprise you bring back is somebody we've already seen.
Yeah. I feel like if AJ Lee pops up, I feel like anybody with AJ Lee is gonna work.
Oh, you know who I think is a surprise entrant for them? Paige.
Yeah, she was rumored. Yeah.
Paige would be
So
good.
If we get AJ Lee and Paige, that'll be a good one too.
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind seeing them work as a tag team to be like, yo, we started it, and then they turn on each other at some point to do battle. But they run amok in the women's division in the, you know what I'm saying? But I'm cool either way. I'm definitely cool either way. And last but not least, your winner, man.
Who were the last four I picked? Who are my last four again?
Your final four, your four locos.
Yeah.
Jacob, Roman, Jericho, Logan.
That makes me almost hate my four now, but okay. If I'm going off that four,
you can go whoever you want.
If I was to go off that four, unfortunately, I would say Roman, and I say unfortunately because I don't want it to be him.
Well, who you want it to be?
I would want it to be Braun Breaker personally.
Okay, there you go. So you want to put Braun or you want to put Roman? You want to go to jail? Or you want to go home?
Well, we'll put Roman on there because I feel like I'm going against the grain, not picking someone from my final four.
I mean, you're right, but I mean that's, hey, you know, you want to see Braun?
I would like to see Braun.
We'll put them. And you got a female?
If Bianca does return, she's my pick.
Yeah.
Now, if she does not return, then my pick would be Liv. But I'm sticking with Bianca.
All right. I'm very just like you, brother. I want Roman to win. Be a two-time, you know what I'm saying, Royal Rumble winner, you know. And I also agree with my thing is Liv straight up. But if Bianca's in it, it'll be Bianca.
Yeah. Liv even like teased like earlier in the day, like I'm tired of like kind of being the workhorse of the Rumble. Like I'm trying to win it. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, I'm with that too. So, but those are the picks, y'all. Remember, Royal Rumble starts tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So 11 p.m. a.m. Pacific time. Not specific, Pacific, but specifically it's Pacifically. Yeah, Liv was runner-up, I believe, 2 years in a row. But yeah, it's going to be a star-studded event tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to this. And the look, that arena looks phenomenal. I actually think this might be their best event this year just because the sheer star power in the Rumble, unbelievable.
Yeah. You see, when you mentioned like star power in terms of Final Four, it had me thinking, which Royal Rumble had the best Final Four? It had me thinking that, and I was looking up just three, just to like get my head see where I could go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So for 2001, that Final Four was Billy Gunn, Kane, The Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's okay. Billy Gunn, at that point, you were probably talking about when he's in his Mr. Ass persona.
Yeah.
He was starting to get over, and I don't know what happened to him. I think he failed the drug test or something.
Mm.
Um,
And then 2003 Final Four: Brock Lesnar, Undertaker, Kane, and Batista.
what year was that? 2003? You said 03?
Yeah, 03.
Okay. I'm pulling up on I'm pulling this up. I'm pulling this up. As you see, my eyes are averted straight down and the hand wasn't moving.
Yeah, that could be something we could do a deep dive in. Maybe, maybe for another like Wednesday Night Wars or something. But it just had me thinking, like, who had the
Um,
four?
I think all the ones with Kane are a little. I don't want to say they're overrated, but here's. Come on, stop playing with me. Um, every kiss begins with K. I think last year was a really bad one because again, it looked like it was like what Dominic. No, I'm using Google now. I'm using Google now.
Last year could have been a good Final Four. That could have been Punk. This is what it should have been. It should have been Punk, Roman, Seth, and Cena.
Yes, and that would
That,
have been
that should
crazy.
have been the four.
Yes, that would have been what we all as wanted, and straight up, if they'd have gave it to us, it'd have been good. I'm trying to think the one with Flair. When Flair won, I know the last three was Hogan, Sid, Flair, but who was the other guy? Who was that number 4? That's what I'm trying to find.
Which year was that Rumble?
92. Yeah, that's 92. There's so many ads on this screen. I can't even fathom. I can't do it.
Okay,
But
Final Four. Okay, I got it. 92. Final
mhm,
Four: Flair, Hogan, Sid Justice, and Macho Man.
that's a pretty powerful 4, bro.
Yeah, that's kind of OP. I ain't gonna hold you.
That's a pretty powerful 4. Cause I remember the last 3. I was like, yeah, I'm googling now, man. Why y'all getting mad at me? Yo, listen. When I use this, I'm gonna use this. Remember, I knew I was going on Royal Rumble trivia. What I should have thought of instead of Royal Rumble the match, he said Royal Rumble trivia. It could have been anything from the events, and I would have had more notes, and I'd have been better prepared. Like I know Kevin Owens has went to. I don't want to say it was 6 straight actually, but he's been in the most Royal Rumble championship matches. Anybody, he got like 6, maybe it's 7. I can't remember now, but and he ain't never won. That Yoko question was bullshit. I
That was fun. No,
I
that
thought
was
I had that too. I was like, yeah, representing for Yokozuna. Yokozuna is probably one of the most underrated people in the business ever because people speak very highly of Yoko. Aesthetically, when you see Yoko, you're like, he's got to win. Especially when he first got to WWE, he was a monster. He's 500 pounds. He can super kick. He can do all things off one leg. He's ambidextrous. So if you watch his moveset, he can do things on. He can pick you up on either side you come off of, whether for Samoan drops, and his Samoan drop is way more lethal because he's way bigger as a human.
You know what I think would be an interesting list for you to share? If you give us your top 5 or top 10 most underrated wrestlers.
Oh, Yoko's going on there. Because every time I mention him, people laugh. I'm like, bro, he's got 2 WrestleMania headlines. He wasn't even in the company that long. You know what I'm saying? 2 WrestleMania headlines with 4 main events. Because WrestleMania 9, he wrestled Brett and then he wrestled Hogan right after. 2 separate matches, technically speaking. And then technically again, WrestleMania 10, he wrestles Lex Luger for the championship, and then he wrestles Bret Hart for the championship in the same night. So, I just think, he did a lot. He did a lot. In the time of 3 belts, he had 2 of them. He had 2 of the 3. You just watch him move. His battles with the Undertaker, he was making Undertaker like legendary at that time. He ended Hulkamania straight up. Hogan never came back to the company for like over a decade. He killed Hulk Hogan. He killed him. So yeah, Yoko is definitely up there. That list after that gets hazy because it's a lot of wrestlers that don't get their just due.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Like, I even looking in the chat, I see Shelton Benjamin's name, I see RVD's name. I put RVD in the conversation, but Shelton Benjamin's like one when you look at his athletic prowess. But when you look at, I don't have Shelton Benjamin being too underrated, only because his promo. If you're in WWE, you got to cut a promo. WWE had a chance to get CB before he went to WCW, and the reason they didn't is because they said he can't cut a promo. WWE relies heavily on promo storylines, especially the years before the current. So, but he is underrated. I just don't think he's one of the most underrated when you got guys like Yokozuna. I don't know. That's a very interesting question, man. It's a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Bam Bam is definitely one. Bam Bam was an elite level talent and was headlining events. He headlined WrestleMania 11. Versus Lawrence Taylor, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it is a lot. I definitely like to bring that to the Wednesday Night Wars.
Yeah.
And in fact, we could do that this Wednesday, or we could talk about Royal Rumble stuff to wrap up going to wrestling. But definitely, yeah, most underrated wrestler. I don't want to do overrated because if a wrestler watches this, they get pissed off. What do you know? You know what I mean? But you definitely got some overrated people.
Oh, see, that it wouldn't bother me because if one of them said, "What do I know?" I'm like, I know I have eyes and I'm not blind.
I mean, you ain't lying.
I'm just saying, like, at a certain point, even as a wrestler, like, if they feel a way about what we see, we're the people watching you. We are the ones who are entertained by what you do. You can't belittle me for my opinion.
Triple H is going to go on a list because he has an asterisk. There's no way you can talk about overrated wrestlers and underrated wrestlers and not say Triple H. The question is, which side does it belong more so on? The asterisk, bro, we'll never know if you truly earned what you got because you fell in love with the daughter of the owner. And it definitely impacted your career. To say it didn't is crazy. Look where you're at now. Like I heard Maven talking about it. He earned it. I'm not saying he didn't, but did he, bro? There's a reason when you go to a lot of jobs and you see top level women and they're all good looking. It ain't just because, like, bro. Let me tell you something, and this is for men too. If you want to increase your chances of better positions in your company and just in life, get fit, get better looking, dress away, smell away, be away. There's certain intangibles when people just want to be around you. I can have no experience in all experience, but there's certain intangibles that just being respectful, having a willingness to work with others, having a willingness to want to train and learn. Like these things are intangibles that people will, especially a lot of jobs, non-complaining all the time. Listen, I do job interviews and stuff. If I see a good-looking woman, I have to turn that part of me off. I have to literally make a note to be like, I don't give a damn what she look like. But why should I have to say that, right? Because the reality is like, damn. Okay, but you can't say that, and you can't look at that. But when you look at what Triple H did, he was holding down the company. That Reign of Terror or not, he was holding down the company. He had some seriously good quality matches. He wasn't just dropping duds.
No, I would say this about Triple H. I think his run in the Attitude Era is overrated, but I wouldn't say so much maybe Ruthless Aggression.
But that has the asterisk. Does he ever get that high if he doesn't? You know what I'm
No,
saying? And we'll
and that's
never
fair.
know.
And that's
But
fair. But Attitude Era, I think that's overrated for him.
but he didn't have Stephanie in the Attitude Era like that.
Exactly.
Back to him.
Yeah, exactly.
And he got to the top of the mid card. So wasn't it always destined for him?
We'll never know.
You see what I'm saying? Like Triple H, and again, he didn't drop duds. I he's in both categories, but how high does he make top 5 in both? I don't know. Underrated? I think there's a little bit because people always listen. Triple H did not win a belt in '98, unless you're talking about mid card belts, because The Rock won his first world title in '99, which means Triple H wins it after he wins in I think 2000. And the next year, you're starting up the Ruthless Aggression. When Bret Hart leaves the company, you ain't got too much more Attitude Era left. It's not too much more Attitude Era left. Like Bret Hart's gone, HBK is gone. The Wednesday Night Wars are kind of dead. So the Attitude Era is like, okay, what are we gonna do? Kurt Angle's there and stuff. Like it's kind of getting, by 2001, Attitude Era is done. Yeah, he definitely does some of the most fire. Triple H, he works on that appearance and aesthetic of the entrances. And that's something people always remember. We talk about that for WrestleMania, some of the best entrances. It's a thing. So, and Triple H is always in that cat. I'm be honest, man. Triple H, please give him his flowers. But at the same time, when you want to be honest about wrestling, it's always, it's going to be a thing. When did Triple H beat Mankind for the belt? I don't think Triple H won the belt until 2000.
No, I felt like he won in '99.
All right, here we go. His first, he does win. He wins in September.
What year?
Of 99.
99? Okay, boom.
He held it for 22 days.
Okay.
Then he wins it again in November. He holds it for 49 days.
Yeah, because I think the November one might have been the SmackDown debut episode. Or he was defending it. I don't remember.
2000, he keeps it a little bit over 4 months. No, he doesn't even get it 4 months. He's got it for 118. Then later in 2000, in June, he gets it for 35 days. Then, check this out. 2001, twice, he wins the Intercontinental Championship.
Yeah, because this was when him and Austin were a tag team, and when they were the Power Trip.
Man, Power Trip. So it's hard for me to be like, he's not really the guy yet.
No, not yet. Because even at one point, I don't remember what year it was, there was a triple threat match. It was Austin, Triple H, Mankind. Austin made it clear he did not want to put Triple H over.
Yes, correct. So I do think then when he comes back in 2002, he wins the Undisputed Championship. He holds it down for 35 days. Intercontinental Championship again for a day in 2002. Then he holds the World Heavyweight Champion. This is where he starts going crazy.
Yeah,
76.
Aggression.
Huh. And then in 2003, he holds it down for 280 days, the world title. He has another run in 2008 where he holds it down for 210 days. So I'm not going to lie. His Attitude Era. John Cena doesn't have a lot of long runs. You want to talk about a guy who doesn't have a lot of long runs? John Cena.
Yeah, because he was playing patty kick with the. Don't get me ranting, bro. You about to make me rant, bro.
John Cena has a lot of bullshit ass championship runs.
I mean, to be real, also, The Rock had a lot of short title runs. He did not have a long title run.
Jeez, man. He does. Oh, that's the U.S. Heavyweight Championship. Hold on.
I think Cena's longest title reign was like just a little over a year.
I see U.S. Heavyweight Championship for 280, but that's the heavy. Let me go to. No, that's no, my bad. WWE Heavyweight Champion, 2006 August. Okay, he holds it for 280 days. 133. Okay, cool. Yep. 2007. He holds it down for 380.
Yeah.
Then after that, this just gets short. Heavyweight champion, 84 days. Heavyweight champion, 21 days. In June. No, what's the fourth month of the year? April. Then on the 10th month of the year, he gets it back, holds it down for 21 days. Then in December, he wins it for 49 days. Then in February 2010, he wins it for 1 day. Then he got a 14-day championship reign. He got a 1-day championship reign. He got a 20-day championship reign. He got a 35-day champion. Got a 14-day championship reign. You know what I'm saying? John Cena got 17, but yeah, when people talk about this, they say 17, and you compare it to the Roman Reigns. You can say, well, John Cena had a lot of defenses. Roman Reigns is going to reply, sounds like you had a lot of losses. And it's going to be, at the end of the day, Roman's going to say, well, I had the best of the best, just like you did. John Cena definitely has a stacked ass resume. No one can ever compare a resume to John Cena and say you ain't do shit. That's one thing you can't do. Because when you look at all his championships, I mean, he done fought everybody from Dom Mysterio, to does he have a battle with Hulk Hogan?
No, he never fought Hogan.
He tagged with Hogan.
I just know they
It
never
was
had
like a 6-man tag, him, Bautista, and Hogan. He tagged with Shawn Michaels, fought Shawn Michaels. You got Shawn Michaels on your resume, especially when you're talking about people who just retired. Dom can never get that. AJ Styles couldn't get that. And that's something he really wanted to. Seth Rollins, he's like, damn, I can't get that. I'll never get a Shawn Michaels on my resume. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah, I do want to get Gamache fired up. I can't go too crazy. If I start talking about Cody, you're going to see steam start coming off that Scully. You know what I'm saying? And if Z was here, I would go in on John Cena because we all know how Z feels about John Cena. But yeah, it's a lot of short flip-flopping. Tomorrow afternoon should be excellent, though. I ain't gonna lie. This brings up a Michael Jordan LeBron debate a little bit in my brain. They say this is the best SmackDown arena ever. And they ain't lying, though. I mean, tonight, them being in that Royal Rumble arena, getting a taste of what tomorrow afternoon is going to be like is insane. So, but yeah, that's it. That's all I got. The other news: Ava's leaving. Decided not to renew her contract. Does it even matter? That's the daughter of The Rock. For those who aren't familiar, she's been the NXT general manager for some years now. It says she left a tweet. This past Tuesday was my last appearance on NXT and subsequently the WWE. Thank you to all who have cheered, watched, and supported me through my journey. While my decision not to renew my contract was very difficult, it's also a new turning point in my life. It's been an honor and a privilege to be Ava. How you feeling? Ava, The Rock's daughter. She was the general manager for NXT. Thoughts?
I don't think much of it. I just think she's probably just over it. She probably realizes she's not going to go any further than where she already was.
You know what sucks? Tonight there was a mistake made too. Now that you talk about that, and I happen to see this, maybe I will spoil it. I'll spoil it. They put the graphic when Fraxium came out for Braun Breaker's spot tomorrow. I want to see it. Like, see it. Here it goes. People took some still shots, and it says Braun Breaker #1. So, Gamaj, you look like you might already be in a high likelihood of having your Iron Man be correct, brother. Because if that's the case, I don't know if they'll switch it. If anything, they might be like, "Hey, we can't really switch everything. Fuck it, make him #2, just to throw him off."
I think Damian Priest got #2.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the case, just switch them from 1 to 2 because there's no real difference. Like when they be like, someone won from the #1 spot, what's the difference of 1 and 2? One can't do anything until 2 comes out.
That's why Rey Mysterio's win is kind of overlooked because he started at 2 and not 1. For the longest.
It's dumb. It's not like there's a person in the ring for #1 to fight or do anything with until #2 gets there, and then the match starts. So if you're 1 or 2, it does not matter. You're the first entrance. That's what they say. The first entrance. 1 and 2. But yeah. But that's all I got, Gamaj. You got anything else?
Nah, I'm just waiting for tomorrow and we see what happens.
Yes, sir. Don't forget Royal Rumble special start time, which means we'll have a special start time tomorrow. Yeah, y'all know what it is. Gamaj, I'm King HP. That's your favorite wrestler's favorite podcaster, undisputed podcast champion of the world. And I'm in the background. I got the Royal Rumble playing right now, 2019 version. So I'm gonna finish watching that. Just get myself in the Royal Rumble mood. And tomorrow is party time. We might have some special guests on here tomorrow. You never know. But make sure to hit the subscribe button. Follow us on all the social media platforms. And until then, we are out, man. Salute to y'all. Thank y'all. You're the greatest chat on the planet. See y'all tomorrow after the Royal Rumble.